If you're like me, you've been following the blogs about the divorce for Drew Sidor and Ralph Pittman. And it's funny at first listening to the different banter back and forth, but the thing that makes it not so funny is that kids are involved. And sometimes they get caught in the crossfire. So today I just want to talk to you about, from a kid's perspective, what they should know about divorce. So I've been following this Drew Sidor and Ralph Pittman, and it's really sad when people get a divorce. They don't go into the relationship thinking that, you know what, we're going to get a divorce and we're going to really traumatize our kids. Because when individuals go through a divorce, the kids are the ones that suffer. They're the ones that get traumatized because the parents are separating, but the kids also have a parental separation because they're not in the same house with their parents anymore. And it's a lot that has changed in their life. And so today I just want to talk about what kids wish parents knew about divorce. And I can talk about it firsthand because when I got divorced, my daughter, she was 3 years old and she felt the brunt of it. My son, he was still young. And so statistics say that children between the ages of 3 and 12, they may not understand everything that's going on, but they do understand feelings because they're just starting to understand what love is. They're just starting to understand their emotions. And now they have to understand that they're not going to be in the same house with the other parent. And they understand that. My daughter was 3 years old when her dad and I divorced. And I didn't think that it really affected her until she started acting out, till she started in preschool. She started doing things. And thank God that the preschool teacher understood. And she asked me, she said, Lois, is there anything going on in the household? Because my daughter was starting to exhibit behaviors that wasn't the norm for her. And when I found out that she really did understand, I sat down and I talked to her and her behavior improved. And so I just want to kind of talk to you today about some of the things that kids wish that their parents knew when they were getting a divorce. And the very first thing is they don't want to hear about the divorce. They don't want to hear about all the terrible, horrible things that the other parent has done. They don't want to hear you arguing. They don't care about any of that. All they want to know is, are they going to still be loved by each parent? All they want to know is that it's going to stop the fighting. There was once this question asked, is it better for the parents to stay together for the kids or to divorce? And me, I'm all about mental health and wellness. Staying for the kids, that's not going to help you. If you guys can't get along, if the kids are seeing the fighting, if it's not healthy for you to be in that relationship, then you shouldn't be there. But just because you're not together doesn't mean you can't co-parent successfully. But what happens is people are so bitter and angry that they forget about the kids and they start focusing on how they feel. It might be some revenge. I'm going to get you back for this. You said this, you said that. And so it becomes this perfect storm, and the kids are left as the collateral damage. And so another thing that the kids want parents to know is that they feel guilty when parents put them in a position to have to choose between the two. Sometimes parents put their kids in that position. Well, which one do you like better? Who do you want to go with? It's a holiday. Which one of us do you want to go with? Instead of the parent sitting down, figuring all that out, and then presenting it to the kid as this is what we came up with. Kids don't want to be put in the middle of that. Kids know that the divorce is painful, but they don't want to be your confidant or your therapist. They don't want you sitting down telling them all the wrongs that their parent has done. They don't want you gathering up the family, sitting there talking about their loved one. Just think about that. There's a child, and every time they turn around, someone's talking negatively about their parent, whether their dad or their mom. They don't want to hear that because you may think they're this horrible, terrible person, but for them, that's who they love. That's their only parent that they have. Yeah, they can get a stepdad or a stepmom, but that's their biological parent. And chances are, if they live with them, they have a relationship with them. Just because you don't like them anymore, don't tear the child down in the eyes of, don't tear that parent down in the eyes of their child. Because you are not still their husband and a wife, but that child will always be their child. Another thing that kids don't want to do, they want you to know that they don't love you any less because they say they love the other parent. Oh, so you don't love me? Oh, you love them better? Don't put your child in that position. That is not what they're saying. They're saying that they love their parent and they also love you. They shouldn't always have to explain it. Every time they say something lovingly about the other parent, they shouldn't have to all the time make you feel supported, make you feel comfortable, make you feel loved. That's not their job. Their job is just to be a child. Another thing that children want you to know, that they don't want to be manipulated. They don't want to have to be informants or spies for you, for that other parent when they go over to their house. That's not their job. Their job is to go there and enjoy themselves, not to spy and come back and tell you what's going on in the house. That's not fair to them. You're traumatizing your child when you do all of those things, emotionally traumatizing your child. And the last thing they want you to know is that they want you to be happy, but they're going to be uncomfortable with a new significant other right away. Give it time. They need time to process. They need time to be in their new normal. And I know you need some time too, but don't bring them around the kids. If you need to be in a relationship, do it outside the kids. You're not trying to create another home another family right away. So give it time. And if you need to talk to someone, find a therapist, find a coach, find someone that you can talk to, but don't put your kids in the middle of it. Don't sit down and talk about that loved one with the kids. Put yourself, if you can, in your child's shoes. Because before you decided to divorce that person, you loved them and you were encouraging that child to be a part of their life. And now, because you don't like them anymore, or you don't want to be around them anymore, you want the child to hate them. And that's not fair to your child. And so, if this is something that is new to you, because divorce it's a whole different journey. It's a whole different journey. When you got together with that person, you didn't get together with them thinking that this wasn't going to work out. But now that it's not working out, understand you need time to process your feelings, and your child needs time also. And that's where I encourage either therapy or coaching for you to be able to get in that safe space. It's not good to just sit around and talk about your child's father or child's mother with a lot of people. If you have people that encourage you to sit there and talk about them, you don't need to be around those people. You don't need to be around people that encourage you. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They weren't any good. Well, you know they weren't any good. That's why you left them. But you don't need to constantly be reminded. You need people that's going to be in that space with you to say, you know what? What can I do to help you? How can I help you make a safe space for your kids? How can I help you with your kids? How can I help you with your emotions? Not to sit and tear down and dog the person that you're leaving. You don't need those type of people in your life. And again, if you have those type of people in your life, you need to back up because they're not going to help the situation. You need people that's going to support you and this emotional journey that you're on. And so I have the ticker tape going across. So go ahead. Subscribe to, if you're getting value, subscribe to this channel because I talk about everything that's going to help parents to become successful. And here's another video that's going to help you be that awesome parent that I know that you are.